Welcome back to the Sonic Release playthrough. Let's restore the final Chaos Emerald.
Let's finish this playthrough, man! Christ!
It's been like half a year since we started this.
Every day I wake up, when's the list getting finished? When's the list getting finished? Fucking today!
Yeah, FDA does not make the Unleashed playthrough parts. Why do you keep asking him?
Stop, man! I'm trying to live my life! Stop asking me!
Gareth, make an innuendo. That'll make everything better.
If you go back 10 seconds, Chip's ball makes that emerald altar erect. All is right with the world again.
It is funny because Wang means penis.
Ah, Wang.
And it is funny because the 360 PS3 versions of Unleashed have frame rate issues in these cutscenes.
Makes me laugh because I own a Wii. Fuck you.
Enjoy your shitty minigames, etc.
But yeah, pretty much from this point up until the final boss fight, the frame rate's really bad. Whereas
in the Wii version, they're pretty much perfectly stable.
Yeah, you know, I mean, with the exception of in some of the Werehog, you know, when there's enemies in the Werehog levels, there's really no frame rate issues in the Wii version at all. Which kind of, to me, just feels weird that the version that was powered by the Hedgehog engine, which they spent 3 years making, is the version that has slight, you know, frame rate issues. Just kind of baffles my mind.
Well, the Hedgehog engine is a lighting engine, from what I heard. It's not like Unreal Engine with physics and whatnot.
Well, what I heard was that the Hedgehog engine was both a physics engine and it was also a lighting engine. I'd have to recheck, but I think it's both.
I think Sega's putting some misinformation out there, to be quite honest.
Damn you, Sega!
It's like BioWare said Sonic Chronicles would be a good game, and look how that turned out.
Oh, snap! How dare you, Tom? That's like one of the best soundtracks ever made, ever!
Yeah, I just love the way Green Hill sounds nothing like Green Hill.
Well, the thing about that is that the guy who actually did the music for Sonic 1 and 2 actually owns the copyright for those soundtracks, not Sega themselves. So every time Green Hill Zone is actually reused in something like, say, Smash Brothers Brawl, Sega have to actually pay that guy to use it, which is probably why it wasn't reused.
Well, to be honest, it doesn't look like much money went into Chronicles in general. But we'll get to that when we actually cover Chronicles.
Oh, fuck my life. Okay, now, before we get to the fight, I'll be honest, I haven't got a lot to say about these cutscenes. They're pretty standard. So, Tom, say something about Unleashed.
Unleashed is a game starring Sonic. He turns into a werehog. People bitch about it on the internet and say Chip is a bit like Scrappy-Doo, but personally I don't see that.
Puppy power! I'm serious, I've never heard that before. I've never heard that people compare him to Scrappy-Doo.
But there's a difference between curiosity and obnoxiousness. Scrappy-Doo is the latter, trust me.
Scrappy-Doo was just an annoying little shit.
Especially in the movie.
Oh, I like that twist though, that, you know, what they did with him in the live-action movie. But not the Ultra Hyper Prototype 1.
What was wrong with just playing Egomatic?
Well, that's the name of the vehicle he drives, numbnuts, that's why.
But Ultra Hyper Prototype Mark 1, what was that thing in the beginning?
The prototype of the prototype.
Ah.
Get with the program, Tom!
Bio-lizard, basically.
What the fuck? That still angers me to this day. It's a question for you logically, right? Chip has wings. We've established he's a flying character. Why isn't he flying?
Because the dramatic Deus Ex Machina doesn't want it to.
No, wasn't it you earlier who said that all this like werehog like jumping off of stuff would have been really cool to actually do in the game?
Yeah, that's basically my main complaint with the werehog. I thought it was going to be a lot more acrobatic, as judged by, you know, like the advert, where it was a shadowy werehog jumping about the city and shit.
So in my mind, that's one of the best trailers for a game ever. Because it looks like Cloverfield, it's awesome. But yeah, because especially there's also the cutscene after Werehog saves Amy from the dancers, where he like jumps off a building and like parachutes himself across like the town, and everyone's like, why the fuck can't I do it in the game for?
Well, you couldn't actually fly with Silver in 06, so tell you that as you will.
No, about this boss fight, right? This is another one of Eggman having a robot with a massive design flaw. Because once again, he's put the weak spot on the front.
And it's got a massive fuck me light.
Exactly, it's like that's I think it goes right towards the edge. it's like the Egg Viper, where he goes, see if you can hit me, Sonic.
Can you make it here? Well, yes, because you're in range.
It's just like, to me, like, Eggman may have an IQ of like 300, but he's fucking stupid, he really is.
Well, to be fair, in the 2D games he did this as well.
Yeah, but those games are fun! Now, what did you think of this boss, Tom? Did you like it?
Well, I like the design. I like the music especially. I think it's great for well, I actually thought this was going to be the final boss and Dark Guy won't actually appear at all, but how naive I was.
Really?
Yeah.
See, again, that would have been good, and it would have been good because it would have been finally Eggman being the last villain again, but it would have been sucky because we would have seen like the outline of this giant monster at the start of the game and not have that payoff. So, you know, it would have been sucky but good at the same time.
Well, I don't want to give anything away, but one of the rumours for the final boss was Eggman puts like a brain control device on Dark Gaia, and so you have to fight him and Dark Gaia at the same time, going between dark and light on this piece of land.
See, now that would have been a really, really good idea.
Well, to be honest, most of the bosses in Unleashed, while they were perfectly competent, they weren't the most exciting to play. I'll just go over the day ones for a second. I'm not sure how it is in the Wii version, but I pretty much just boosted every single boss to death. And I know if you let the fight go on long enough, there's just using the Egg Beetle, for example, that it goes to a 2D plane where you have to jump over mines and dodge missiles. But basically, when it all comes down to pressing a button to just ram into the boss and blow him up, that's not really a good boss fight. And in the night stages, this one I know from the Wii version, the Dark Guardian fight, in the 360 version, you push boxes to kill him, where in the Wii version, you're in an arena and you're physically fighting him. That's what the Werehog bosses should have been like.
Exactly. Well, I think my biggest problem with the Werehog was especially in the fights, was the overuse of QuickTime. Because it's just not fun to play. It's not fun to sit there and wait to press A when it appears on screen, rather than say using the A button to smash in someone's face.
Well, I don't mind if it's used as a way to kill a boss or to finish him off, but during the fight to physically weaken him, no.
Yeah, and I think as we'll see in the next part coming up, there's the most overused QuickTime boss ever.
I think you're referring to part 31, Gareth.
I think, okay, my bad, part 31, yes, where I watched it and I laughed. I laughed at its epic failure.
Well, you're gonna have a quick finger to do that, bad boy.
You said quick finger.
How's the Egg Dragoon in the Wii version, Gareth?
Egg Dragoon, remind me, which one's the Egg Dragoon? I haven't played this game in quite a while.
Gareth, it's the one we're fighting right now.
Oh, this, oh, of course, I thought this was called the Ultra Super Prototype 1.
No, he went with something more fancy while he was falling.
Ah, good man, good man. It's pretty much the same as it is now, you know. I found it was fun to play, but just logically for me, why would he put the weak point on the front of it for? Just that kind of stuff baffles me, it really does.
The front of him, those lights, it reminds me of the Turbo Megazord for some reason.
The Turbo Megazord.
No, seriously, go look at it, it does.
That's hilarious. Where are these robots where are these smaller robots coming from, may I ask?
His arse, Gareth, his robotic arse.
And also, it's the fact that if he can just destroy every platform Sonic lands on, why not just do that and let him fall into the lava?
That's a good point. Speaking of falling, if you notice, there's rocks falling upwards, which means the platform would be falling down towards the lava. Yeah, it's not showing any signs of movement at all.
It kind of reminds me of, I think it's the Lost Impact level in Shadow the Hedgehog, where you jump from like falling pieces of the Ark.
Ugh.
I like that level, man.
I hate the jumper. That's all I have to say.
Yeah, that was pretty lame. But in terms of bosses, Tom, in this game, would you say Unleashed has one of the better bosses in the game, or would you say it's rather weak in terms of the Sonic series?
No, I think Unleashed it's kind of in the middle, really. It needs to be more developed. Then again, you can say that about most features in every Sonic game, but they were fun to play.
Well, yeah, I kind of just like many things about Unleashed, I kind of compare it slightly to SA1 in the fact that the bosses, they're pretty easy to defeat, but they're fun to play. Which is how I would word it. And
You'd
now,
think after doing that like 3 times, he'd realise you're not supposed to fire a missile at yourself.
he's a retard. Tom, this is the same man who once built into one of his machines a option where he shoots himself.
What?
Have you played Shadow?
Nope.
The egg dealer, you smack the chest, right, and if you hit it correctly, he shoots himself like a retard.
You know what, Eggman, you deserve this.
Looks like we're blasting off again!
Ding! Yeah, that's right.
All in all,
Oh.
I'd say pretty good boss fight.
Quite enjoyable. Thanks for watching. Please join us in part 30 where we begin the proper endgame. See you next time.